But how about we hate
do
Elon
it.
Musk for a little bit?
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
let's make fun of Elon Musk. That's what the fun half is all about. I mean, and it's not just him acting like a sim in front of the Hollywood.
Sure, it's not my birthday.
No, yeah. I mean, this is my gift to you. I'm paying it forward. But like him doing that thing on the red carpet that went viral looks like
And Fortnite emotes.
It really does. No, it's a sim. It's not Fortnite. It's Sims. Okay.
Are you sure? I saw it.
I am sure.
Fortnite stuff.
No, I'm sure.
I thought they looked like Dark Souls emotes, but I guess it's just you get your experience.
It's an eye of the beholder.
It's both.
Exactly.
It's both. Look, I don't know. I just love any Sims reference, so I try to bring it out. I mean, that's an old childhood memory where I wouldn't go outside and just played it for 8 hours in a row. But anyway. This, I guess, so these Cybertrucks are falling apart by Elon Musk. This guy here is explaining why his truck does not work anymore.
Is this the water one or the? Oh yeah, okay. Well, we can play this. A couple things are going on with the Cybertruck, and basically the worst thing was with the accelerator pedal, but we'll get to that in a second here.
The Cybertruck does not work anymore. I'm about 2.5 months in, and 3,400 miles. And it's not working right now. Let me show you. So when I go in, open the door, you see one problem. The screen is not coming on. The manual recommends to reset the screen, you have to hold these two buttons in for 30 seconds.
Sorry, pause it, Bradley. What's on his wall there?
That is a Star
identify?
Wars.
Looks like Star Wars.
That's not the Millennium Falcon.
I guess we.
That's the one in that image right there. It's not. No,
I don't want to be
if you go back,
unkind, but this is the type of person who spends $100,000 on a meme wagon. But go ahead.
Also, people should understand when he says the screen's not working on a Cybertruck, we're not talking about, how you have that nice little screen for entertainment in your car or whatever. No, we're talking about that means he doesn't have a dashboard.
Yeah.
And he doesn't, his car doesn't work.
His car doesn't work. He can't turn it on. It's so ugly from the outside and so sharp. Like there have been videos of people cutting themselves on the corners of these cars, which
they're like illegally sharp.
Yeah, I mean, right. It's like, should we be allowed to have cars with knives on the side? I mean, I've
should not be on the road. We don't have a country.
I've seen Grease, that whole when the bad gang has the blades that come out and they mess up
the tires.
They mess up the car, but I think that should be illegal.
Some people in the YouTube chat are saying that's a Naboo fighter from Episode 1 of Star Wars. So we regret that.
Phantom Menace fans should tell you everything. Phantom Menace fans should tell you everything.
I will say,
that's not the Millennium Falcon. I just wanted to be clear. It was Bradley that misidentified it as the Millennium Falcon, not me.
No, it was me. It was me.
I do want to point out, though, in Greece, the knives on the car are meant as defensive weapons against other people's vehicles. The Cybertruck has sharp edges that will also cut your own fingers off if you close them in the door. So it's not even as
as sophisticated as the
car from
those blades retract too in Greece.
They do.
Interesting.
You have to hold these two buttons in for 30 seconds, and then the screen will reset and display a Tesla logo. But listen to the noise this thing makes when I hold on it. All right, I'll be quiet now. Sound. The Cybertruck does not work anymore.
Okay, so we need to go to that tweet, what he actually says here, because it's a pretty amazing bit of, the logic.
Is he yet another one of those Tesla guys who everything goes wrong? His life is put into danger. He almost died because of his Tesla. Yet he talks about how it is an honor to be driving your car, though, Mr. Musk.
So what's funny here is do not wash your car on the Tesla. This is from Stonk King. I don't know who that is. But anyway, do not wash your car in the sunlight. I believe that's to do with rust issues. And then do not tell Tesla SCs that you drove it through the car wash like this guy, even if you turned on car wash mode. They'll void your warranty. Now, I don't know if even if you turned on car wash mode is true, but I do know that they have a car wash mode. That if you don't put this thing into car wash mode before you go into a car wash, it voids your warranty of your $100,000 car.
What?
And this is not, I don't think, new to the Cybertruck, but I mean, that is, imagine that, like, I mean, you talk about forgetting your headphones in your pocket and washing
Yeah,
in your
right.
pants. Like, bricking your truck is astounding.
I forget my headphones in my pocket all the time, and they still work. It's all the time. The
Right.
Cybertruck are worse than the $5 headphones that I got from Boots or whatever pharmacy you happen to have near you. It's wild. It's wild. People bought these, but I mean, I think a lot of, like you said, it's a meme truck for people who have too much money anyway. So I guess you feel like you should be allowed to scam them. I just think it's
Yeah,
pretty dismal state of affairs for America.
But
This
so-
isn't even the
Operator
worst
still
thing that
alive?
happened to Cybertruck this week.
Exactly, Binder. Like you, Binder, you have a piece in Mashable. You want to sort of this was just a sort of appetizer.
Right. So this week, a number of people who are still waiting for their Cybertrucks because, the car was just launched a couple months ago. So there are a lot of pre-orders and a lot of new customers who have to wait for the cars to be made and for them to come off the factory line and get delivered to them. Those people still waiting were informed that wait is going to be even longer because there is a halt on Cybertruck production and deliveries because there are Cybertruck owners who have the vehicle who have reported, the car wash thing is incredible, but you're not gonna, it'll probably cost you money, but you're not gonna die from the car wash issue. But this issue.
Binder, wait a second. You're saying I can't wash my car in the sunlight and I can't go through a car wash, and that's not going to kill me? I have to wash it in cloudy weather? I'm going to die. I'm sorry.
It's not going to kill you. But this one will probably end in very sad, bad news for Tesla and for whoever's driving the vehicle when this problem happens, because this is dangerous. The accelerator is getting stuck when it is being accelerated because the accelerator cover that, in order to make the Cybertruck look all sci-fi and futuristic, they need to put a cool sci-fi cover over the accelerator. The accelerator cover is sliding off the accelerator when people are accelerating and getting wedged in what seems to be a perfectly crafted nook. And then the accelerator is stuck. Like you cannot stop the car unless you slam on the brake and hold the brake too.
Binder, you're a reporter. I have a question. I haven't lived in Fargo for about 10 years now. I don't own a car. I don't drive a whole lot. I did drive down to North Carolina and back last fall. But that aside, I don't drive all the time. Is the accelerator, is that important part of the car?
Right, yeah. I mean, it is the part of the car that makes it move. Like you press down on it and it moves.
Okay.
The harder you press on it, the faster it accelerates. So, if it is stuck, that means your car will be going very fast.
Okay, let's watch El Chapito on TikTok here.
Let's watch
a demonstration.
My Cybertruck is, that pedal looks different, right? It's missing this. So a couple days ago, I'm driving.
Oh my God.
And let's see if we can get a good view here. I'm driving, and this goes here. As I'm driving, this slid up and wedged itself just like that. It's down, so it's kind of hard to see, but this wedged itself right there.
Final destination essence.
Jesus.
This sliding up, and the way this was still hooked onto the pedal, it held the accelerator down 100%, full throttle. Now, I was lucky
Lucky to be alive.
had a clear mind, didn't panic.
Yeah.
And
Good.
holding the brake down
Pause it.
overrides the pedal.
I imagined I was in a runaway TIE fighter. Sorry, go ahead, Bradley.
And holding the brake down overrides the pedal. So I was able to stop the car, but anytime I lift the brake, it would start accelerating again.
Seems bad. And I gotta say, if you watch the video, it is amazing how the literal like little nook that it gets wedged into seems to be like perfectly crafted for that purpose. Like it seems like they like if you were creating a car, you think you would be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't put this like little slit right where the accelerator cover would perfectly fit into in case it got cut and like came up. Like it looks like Tesla was like, yeah, we should put an acceleration station in here or something.
I've never in my life, I've driven like probably a dozen vehicles, pretty regularly. I've never in my life had a accelerator that wasn't one piece.
Yes. Right.
It just seems like it has like a cheaply glued on or cheaply clipped on, like, aesthetically, like just entirely aesthetic, like grill plate on it. I don't understand why that has to be on the accelerator pedal. I do think
non-union made. I mean, isn't that in part of Elon Musk's pitch? Basically, is that he wants the company to be an entire family.
I think
that's why he has the union bus.
I think it's more like, why is the government allowing this to get to market?
Well, we need to be regulating this stuff.
Like what are we doing here? Where doesn't this stuff have to go through testing? Like all this stuff we heard about the Pinto growing up or whatever, like isn't there regulations on bringing something like this to market?
Well, as we're seeing with Boeing right now, I mean, we have gotten to such a level of the race to the bottom of neoliberal deregulation, where I mean, air travel is still actually more safe statistically than driving,
right.
But I mean, the government has essentially, because of things like corruption and what we've legalized in terms of campaign donations and relationships between these manufacturers and our government officials, we've allowed for this kind of stuff to happen. So Elon Musk can be one of the richest people on the planet riding this like complete, deregulatory void and putting out his sci-fi dork trucks for all the people that are going to purchase it. I mean, his Teslas have killed people with their self-driving testing. The idea that this is allowed to happen on the streets in this country just because we want this company to be able to like experiment with this technology to really boost investment, by the way.
Exactly.
It's the same way, like, we've been hearing factory-made meat. It's just right around the corner. We could potentially do that, and then you just realize this is just a press release to spur some kind of investment in this company.
Right. Why are self-driving cars all over San Francisco? It's the same reason: is people are invested in that and want a giant return on it. So sorry, San Francisco, you are a testing ground now.
Yep.
Yeah, it really feels like this is more in the like tech companies getting their way, like tech companies being like allowed to beta test their products on the populace more so than like it's like solely in like the terrible car. I feel like American car problems have a lot to do with like size and the Ram or Dodge like F-150 and like the race to make the biggest truck. This feels a lot more like Elon is leveraging his kind of street cred as Tony Stark in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to get the government to allow him to pretend like his car is not a car, but like a platform for innovation, which it's a car, a poorly made car, but it's a car. And so I feel like he benefits a lot from the blurring of lines that the lines that he purposely blurs, making his cars seem like more like delivery mechanisms for the auto drive or delivery mechanisms for some kind of like boutique experience that can only be had in his cars. And it's like, they don't even seem to drive though. I mean, I've seen all of the videos with Tesla's falling apart. All of them, because they're all hilarious. But at a certain point, we have to say like this can't be allowed on the road. Like if you want to have this kind of car, then it can't be street legal at the very least.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, people got tickets for like window tint.
I know. I got a ticket in high school for having a New York Giants like plate. What do you call border thing situation?
So funny enough, I read another story where apparently tinting your windows also voids the warranty on the Tesla Cybertruck, where like a guy, and I don't have the story in front of me, so apologies if this is, misinformation, but he said that he tinted his window. And of course, the way the Cybertruck and all Tesla cars work, they have that really messed up automatic window thing that like kind of impacts the way the doors open. And so when he had to get his doors realigned, they said said that because he had tinted the windows, it voids the door warranty specifically. Like just a lot of nickel and diming. Like Elon Musk really nickels and dimes people for the world. I mean, I think it's appropriate that the world's richest man is always nickeling and diming his consumers, but you just really see it like all the time. Like when he was trying to haggle with William Shatner over the cost of Twitter Blue, and it was like this is not a fish market, and come on.
You know, if that's true about the window tinting thing, I think that could actually be the downfall of the Cybertruck, because I got to assume that the Venn diagram of Cybertruck
yes.
Consumers and the type of person that tints their window is a perfect circle. I mean, get that information out there, folks. If you want to kill the Cybertruck.
You know what's funny? Also, what might kill the Cybertruck is like realizing that you might not be able to flip this to some other greater fool after you realize that you sunk $100,000 into a meme wagon. Marcus Brownlee, I think is his name, was on this podcast here, Waveform Clips. But reselling your Cybertruck could be a problem. And before you buy, spend $100,000 on one of these stupid things, just know that if you see them being resold for like $160,000 or whatever elsewhere, that the profit that is being made on those goes back to Tesla per the warranty. You can't resell these things for a year. Now, normally I hate reselling, so I think like PlayStation 5s and stuff like that. Like I don't mind that, but I also think like what happened to free markets here?
Well, I'm sorry, you can resell cars. I mean, like I guess in the discounted rate, right? It's never going to appreciate in value, but
well, no. But what's saying is like right now, because there's a limited supply of these, people might be willing to buy like $200,000 for it, but Tesla gets that because they don't want people to resell them.
I got you. Okay.
That's been happening, actually. People have been paying more than market value for a Cybertruck because they don't want to wait for it.
Yeah. Well, that is against the rules. That is against the rules. That is they did not read the fine print. Do not put your car in sunlight and then get water on it, and then also do not resell it to another simp.
Is there a greater cuck in the world?
If you drive my Cybertruck and you are trans, warranty void.
You have to put it in car wash mode. You have to wash it when it's cloudy out. You can't resell it. Like if you own one of these things, you made a big mistake, pal.
I will say I can't find the post I was referring to with the windows tinting, so I take that with a grain of salt.
Fact check.
I will say, I mean, yeah, let's tag community notes in here. Let's make sure the fact check comes through. If it doesn't come through, it means it's true or something. I don't know. I can't be responsible for the things that I say, but what I will say, which I will be responsible for, is that if I see a man in a Cybertruck, I'm like, that's a guy with daddy issues. That's a guy whose like father was like not in his life, was
distant.
mean to him,
Elon Musk.
like distant, like
the beautiful chain of daddy issues passed down from producer to consumer in the form of Elon Musk Cybertruck.